I really couldn't have cared less about what this movie even was. The mere fact that it's a traditionally animated feature-length film released on the big screen in 2025 was enough to get me really excited. And only me, apparently. Hi everybody, Anthony here from Awesome Anthony Productions, and today I'm going to give you my review of the first ever fully animated theatrical Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up. But before we get started, you know exactly what to do. At the end of the video, if you think I've earned it, please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new reviews. Now let's get into it. The Day the Earth Blew Up takes place in a Looney Tunes world where Daffy Duck and Porky Pig, both voiced here by Eric Bauza, grew up together, raised by a farmer named Jim. But once the two are left on their own, their childhood farm fails inspection, leaving them with only a week or so to come up with the money to fix it.
I got it! Let's get naked!
No, let's save that for when we're selling real estate.
After some failed jobs, Daffy and Porky Pig meet Petunia Pig, played by Candy Milo,
What? Here's the script. Catch up on your own time.
who helps them get a job at the local bubblegum factory. But it's not long before they uncover something sinister after working there. An alien plot to take over the world using mind control? Before I get started with my review, let me just say one thing. Go see this movie! We need to show Hollywood that traditional animation isn't dead, and if this does well enough, we might even see a release of Coyote vs. Acme. Okay, on to the review. I absolutely adored this movie.
This is a certified hood classic.
The animation, the story, the character arcs, the alien invasion-centric premise, and all of the references and homages that come with it.
I hope that shatterproof glass can withstand the abuse. Mother!
It all worked for me. My wife, not as much, but I'll bring that up later. Let's just get into what works here, starting with the voice cast. Eric Bauza is like this generation's Mel Blanc.
It could have been Weiss, Daffy. We could be Wile E. Coyote right now. Release! Coyote versus Acme!
Giving some truly iconic variations on the voices of Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Sylvester the Cat, Tweety Bird, Elmer Fudd, and even Foghorn Leghorn.
I say you're pissing too darn loud, boy!
This guy knows exactly what to do to bring out what we love in these characters in ways that breathe fresh new life into them while also honoring Mel Blanc's legacy, and here is absolutely no different, with Bauza carrying this movie on his shoulders with incredible voice performances for Daffy and Porky. Daffy is just as lispy and wacky as ever, while Porky is more of the straight man here that does have some funny moments, and his iconic a-bleep stutter.
And there's only one person that can do the job. Daffy Duck.
And there's plenty of humor and a surprising amount of emotion that finds its way into these voice performances. The same can definitely be said for Candy Milo's Petunia, who has great chemistry with Porky. And for Peter McNichol's Alien Invader, who is so flamboyantly evil it was a lot of fun to watch him. All of these characters are great, funny, and surprisingly well-rounded for an hour-and-a-half kids film, especially Daffy and Porky. Daffy has a great arc here about trying to dial back his looniness while also remembering that it is what makes him who he is, while Porky has one about letting the reins out of it with Daffy and trusting him a bit sometimes.
The duck?
That's right. The duck.
You gotta be kidding me. Who greenlit this garbage?
That alone is all solid. And regardless of the way that all of these characters are fleshed out, it never strays too far from what we've known and loved from these characters for the last 100 years. And that's without even bringing up the story, which, in addition to being hilarious, seriously, this is one of the funniest movies of the year so far, tells a surprisingly well thought out alien invasion story with one pretty solid twist, and a whole list of references and homages to alien and zombie movies.
I understood that reference.
You can really feel the passion behind every single little part of this film, especially when it comes to the animation. The animation is just jaw-dropping and oh so refreshing to see on the big screen. Yes, CGI is great and has been improving a ton, just look at DreamWorks and Pixar, but to see a fully hand-drawn, traditionally animated film in theaters on the big screen was such a huge treat for me. And that's without even mentioning the great character design carried over from the new Looney Tunes cartoons, the fluidity of the animation, and just how amazing to watch some of these action scenes and set pieces are. The sheer attention to detail in every single frame of this film, including a lot of blink and you'll miss it Easter eggs, including a reference to Felix the Cat that made me smile. It's just a visual feast for your eyes, and any animation fans will be in heaven watching this.
Feast your eyes!
This is all complemented by the great soundtrack here, with a score by Joshua Moshier that perfectly blends more cinematic, almost horror-style tracks with the kind of circus-level music that we come to expect from the Looney Tunes, with a few certified bangers mixed in there, like REM's It's the End of the World as We Know It. I really just loved every bit of this hour and a half, and I know kids will too. But it may be a bit much for some of the parents in the audience. Remember how I said earlier that my wife didn't quite adore this like I did? Yeah, she really didn't like this movie at all, and she was someone that was raised on Looney Tunes. She thought it was overwhelmingly loud and hyperactive to the point of being overstimulating, especially in a few scenes with Daffy going crazy.
I'm having
So if you're someone that tends to deal with sensory overload or has kids that suffer with that, just keep that in mind. I'm not one of those people, but I can definitely see her point and how that could be a problem. She had a similar issue when we saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse too. But besides that, I thought this movie was an absolute blast, a hilarious, well thought out alien invasion story with great character work that is a feast for the eyes, featuring beautiful, fluid, and colorful traditional animation, a cast of top-notch voice actors that bring these characters to life, especially my boy Eric Bauza as Porky and Daffy, and a toe-tapping soundtrack. And that's my review of The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, you know exactly what to do. I said it earlier. Please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new reviews. While you're at it, you can scroll down the description below, find the links to my socials, leave a comment, let me know if you're one of the 10 people that saw this movie and what you thought. And if you want more of my content, you can click or tap on these cards right here. They'll take you to my review of Mickey 17 or just over to my channel where you can check out the rest of my reviews and my shorts. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time for my review of Novocaine.